Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we take on Bayern Munich in the second leg of the first knockout round of the Champions League. We also take on Leeds and Watford in two away ties in the Premier League, hoping to get back-to-back victories, hoping to build on this run of form that we've built since the last episode. And I think we've got the sound issues pretty much sorted, I think. And with that, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and let's get into this episode. So since the last episode, in that 2-1 victory over Bayern Munich, we beat Southampton 2-0, Wolfsburg Tunjo with a goal and Thomas Kozol with the other, 2 in a minute to win that game 2-0. We beat Brighton 3-0, late goals once again, Fabio Costa, Wolfgang Klosch and Thomas Kozol. Daniel Bervet's got the only goal in a 1-0 victory over Newcastle in the FA Cup 5th round, and then we beat Manchester City 1-0 high in the draws with a penalty in that game, giving us the victory. It means that we are now second in the league. We are 1 point behind West Ham, 9 worse off in the goal difference, 6 points clear of Manchester City, on for possibly a second place finish with 8 games to play, but hopefully we can get a couple of wins and move our way up the table. We also have Watford in that FA Cup tie. That will be in today's episode as well. Another 3 games for you today. Bayern Munich, Leeds and Watford. 1 in each competition. Hopefully we can do the business. And then the month of April is a very, very interesting month. There's some winnable ties in there. And there are some very, very tough ties in there. But our run-in, for the most part, is quite favourable. We have Newcastle, Liverpool and Arsenal with 3 of the tougher games. Fulham, Spurs, Watford and Everton will be slightly easier. And that's no disrespect, but Tottenham obviously down there in 11th. Everton are doing better than I thought this season, up there in 5th place. That might be another difficult game, but we're in a good position. Obviously, FA Cup, chance to make the semi-finals once again. If you look at the other ties, Leeds play Middlesbrough, Leicester play Man City, and Stoke play Liverpool. So there is a good chance for us to progress to a second FA Cup final in a row. And the team that we have going into this second leg against Bayern Munich, Wadsworth is in goal, Sondergaard, Upamecano, Brunig and Alex. Savicev sits in front of them, Tunjo and Bervet's in the midfield, Osmar on the left, Costa on the right and Wolfgang Klosch plays up front. And let's go do this. Fabio Costa now down this right hand side, goes in field to Bervet, tries to go past his man, back to Alex, Savicev into Tunjo, Bervet, couple of quick passes, the pass there is blocked and Tunjo can pick it up into Osmar, Sondergaard through for Bervet, dinks it over the goalkeeper, it's 1-0, 5 minutes on the clock. What a start to this game. We cancel out that late goal, the late Thierry Small own goal in the first leg. It's 3-1, 2-goal advantage once again, and we couldn't have asked for a better start there. Work down this left hand side, Tunjo into Osmar, into Sondergaard, who just put it into the path of Bervet, and what a cool and composed finish from the former Liverpool man. We paid a fair bit of money for him, but we needed that experience in the centre of midfield, and he's doing just that for us now as Davies puts that ball in and Upamecano nods it back to Wadsworth. And talking about experience, Dayot Upamecano, who came in 37 years of age, I think maybe 36, has been an absolute rock for us this season. That ball's fired into Wolfgang Klosch, hits it from distance, he's hit the woodwork, and Orsini can collect it and goes back to Adair, smashes it long, and that was a chance there to make it 2-0. Upamecano wins yet another header, looking absolutely tremendous at the back. Alex coming in field now. Goes to Tunjo back to Savicev, out to the left and Sondergaard out to Osmar now. Can he find a ball? Has to go back to Sondergaard once again. Infield to Tunjo down the line. Sondergaard has done really well. Fires it in. Orsini can header it away. But Tunjo collects into Osmar now. Cutting in field. Bervet's is free. Into Wolfgang Klosch. And it's saved by the goalkeeper. And there's a good couple of good opportunities he has had now. No such luck. And it remained 0-1. 3-1 on aggregate to us. And hopefully, I mean, if we can get a second and get a 3-goal advantage, I think that could be the game, even at this early stage. As Osmar tried to collect that ball, it's cleared away. And Guillermo can give it to his teammate, and that should be the end of that. We're actually playing better away from home than we did at home, which is very surprising as we've been very dominant as a home side. As Bervet looks for Costa, goes past his man, Costa, and it's another save by Adair, and he has made a couple of really good saves here to keep Bayern in this tie, because without him we would be out of sight as Klosch arrives at the far post, heads it over the bar. Davies now to the byline, gets the ball in, Hoptman with the header, and it's onto the top of the bar. Costa now. This is a game full of highlights. This next goal is going to be so important in terms of this tie, as Adair makes a fantastic save from Wolfsburg Tunjo. Went for that far corner, brilliantly placed, brilliantly struck, but it's a great save by Adair, and Costa, and it's gone through the hands of Adair this time and it stays out. And Bayern Munich really seem to ride their luck at the moment, but this is worrying because a goal at any point really before the 80th minute and they're right back in this tie and right back in with a shout of getting something out of it. We are 1-0 up half time. We have been the dominant team. We have nearly doubled the amount of shots that they have had, doubled the amount on target. Our XG is a 1.3, playing their 0.43 XG, and we're in a really, really good position. Adair is their best performer thus far, 5 shots saved, and we just need to beat him one more time, and that could be the tie. Caceres with the ball in, Tunjo heads it away, Divine picks it up deep, goes infield to Pilat to Germinio into Ferrat. And Caceres, who's hit the post, and that was a lovely struck effort there. And I thought that was going to be Bayern Munich's way back into this game, as they're coming into this game a lot more into this in this second half. That's squared to Beckman, who slots home from the penalty spot, and it's 1-1. It's a poor goal to concede. Beckman's first goal for Bayern Munich. Throw in on the left side. Caceres, what looked like a foul throw, it went into Divine. Caceres picked it back up, squared it across, and just right of the penalty spot, Beckman slots in. Wadsworth didn't really dive there. Poor goalkeeping, poor play all round from us, but it is 1-1. And Federico Perella, for the second game in a row against us, now he's playing a 6.4. I mean, that means nothing, because we know he can conjure a goal out of nothing. As Sondergaard looks that ball in, Adair collects it, and is there a chance for a breakaway for Bayern Munich? As he looks for a ball now, taking his time, goes long. Dusan Vlahovic goes up for it, but Upamecano wins it again so comfortably. Osmar now looks at ball towards Enrique, who's getting behind. Menz gives it back to Adair, and they played the triangle around Hudson Enrique there. Very brave of them, but they're looking to build from the back, and Caceres out there on the left-hand side playing very well. Perella gives it to Alex, thinking he's still in a Villa shirt, I presume. Klosch now going out to the left-hand side. Osmar, Tunja for Wolfgang Klosch, who's got a knock. Hits the shot off the inside of the post. 16th of the season for Wolfgang Klosch. These last 2 episodes, he has come alive. And Wolfgang Klosch restores that 2-goal lead. It's 2-1 on the night. 4-2 on aggregate. And that is exactly what we needed. Klosch went left with the ball. Gave it to Osmar into Tunjo. And that threw ball into the path of Klosch. Set himself and beats the goalkeeper with his second touch. It's 2-1. Adair is a long way out there as he won that header. Beckman into Divine now, looks forward for Perella, turns, gives it to Caceres. Caceres running through, hits the shot straight at Wadsworth. It's a poor, tame effort there from Caceres, and I mean, that's a nothing chance really. 16 shots apiece. We've just outdone them on shots on target, but we are 2-1 up. And looking at some of the other ties, Atletico Madrid are winning 4-2. Barcelona are beating Juventus 2-0 as we have a free kick here. Hudson Enrique, is he going to shoot? Is he within range here to really work the Bayern Munich goalkeeper in stoppage time for the icing on the cake? And it's over the bar, and it's a really poor free kick in the grand scheme of things as we go into the final minute of stoppage time now, as Orsini Germinio, I've struggled with that name in the last 2 legs, be glad to see the back of him, and it's a throw in on this near side, under 30 seconds to go. Vlahovic goes in for Perella, nods it down to Divine, hits the shot, it's blocked, falls out to the left hand side of Menz. Can he get the ball in? It's blocked once again, out for a corner kick, and just eating away the time now. 2-1, 4-2 on aggregate, and this has been a great performance to get us through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. There it is, 2-1 victory. We played really well here in this away leg, did most of the damage at home. It was disappointing to concede that goal late on, the own goal, but we have done the job here today. Bervet's opening the scoring, Ralph Beckman equalised on 66, but Wolfgang Klosch once again hitting the back of the net, 73 minutes in, and that sealed the game for us. 4-2 on aggregate. We are through to the next round of the Champions League. So 8.2 million for winning in that first knockout round of the Champions League, and the draw is, I presume it's along here. Yep, Champions League semi-final draw. I presume it's quarter-final and semi-final draw all in the same time. So we play Leeds before that, and then we have the game against Watford. But before that game against Watford, we will bring you the Champions League draw. Kozol with his corner kick towards the far post. Martinez heads it away. Costa will pick it back up on the far side now. Gets the ball in field to Suarez. Savicev back out to Costa. Can he get the ball into the box? He does get the ball in the box. Hoyna draws, hits the outside of the post with his header, and it remains 0-0. We have not been good here in this first half at all. I think we struggled with last time we played Leeds on camera, if I'm completely honest. I think they beat us 2-1 in a game where we didn't start well, came back into it in the second half, but the damage was already done. As Costa now, coming in field, gives it to Kozol. Can he get the shot away? He does get the shot away. It's wide of the post. Yeah, Silviera was a man that caused us a lot of problems last time. As Vitulin now, back to Nico. Fires over top for Regelin. Good tackle, Silviera. Martinez now. Out to Jacobo on the right hand side. Jacobo towards the byline. Pulls it back for Vitulin. Wide. Can he give it back to Jacobo? Jacobo to Vitulin. Tackle goes in by Savicev, and there's no way on any planet that can be given as a foul. It is going to be checked though, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be given as a penalty. It is going to be given as a penalty, and that is such a poor decision there. It's going to be Martinez stepping up to take it. Puts it in the bottom corner, lead by a goal to nil. David Martinez, with his 19th of the season, leads 1 Villa 0. Mario down to Costa now. Pulls the ball back across. Tunjo heads it straight at the goalkeeper from a yard. And if you can't take chances like that, what hope do we have of winning the league? Somehow West Ham are drawing, so they're only 2 points clear of us. So this is a great chance to get ourselves back to the top of the table, really. But it looks like we're just going to fall short here. If West Ham score a goal against Arsenal, our title hopes could be dead and buried in this episode. And there's an injury to Cristiano Limario. Poor Alex is going to come on for him, and let's hopefully get something in these last 5 minutes or so. Brown now to Small. Small now gives it away to Tarallo. Tarallo getting down the line. Can he get the ball into the box? Hits it from distance over the bar. Well, it's a 1-0 defeat, and the only good thing about that is West Ham didn't beat Arsenal, so the gap is now 2 points, but we aren't out of sight just yet. And there is the league table. 71 points for West Ham from 31 games. We have 69. Man City have closed that gap to 3 points, and it's disappointing. That was a chance for us to make... Well, that was a chance for us to go top of the league table with a victory. We haven't took it, and now we just go to these final 7 games. We need to realistically win all 7 to have any chance of winning this league title. We have also had Youth Intake Day, and we have a goalkeeper. Ian Milner is a 2-star goalkeeper, 4.5-star potential ability goalkeeper as well. Aerial reach, command of the area, communication all pretty good, handling's pretty good, kicking's good, reflexes 15, decision making 15, agility 16. I think he could be a very, very good goalkeeper. He's definitely going to be our backup goalkeeper. I think from here on out, a lot better than what Scott is. If we just compare him to Scott, I mean, at 16, he already has pretty much, he has a beating on him on everything apart from his aerial ability and his eccentricity. So we have a decent little backup goalkeeper here in Ian Milner. Apart from that, Jack Freeman is a right winger. So is Luke Smith, and Curtis Richards is a left winger. All 1-star current abilities. 4-star, 3.5-star potential abilities. Jack Freeman, dribbling's okay, dribbling's decent, his crossing's okay, first touch is okay, passing and technique are okay, flair, good determination as well. Physicals are okay, jumping reach. We never get through any tall players. 5'5", 5 jumping reach, but 11 heading, which is somewhat of a surprise. Luke Smith, 5'8", 18 natural fitness, which is very good. Crossing, dribbling, finishing, all very nice for a 16-year-old. Maybe we can make something of him. 11, 12 and 15. 12 first touch, 11 free kick taking as well. 10 passing. Not a bad little play there is Luke Smith. And Curtis Richards, the only other one of any note. Can play all across the back 4. 18 bravery, 11 jumping reach. Only 6 foot. 10 marking, 8 passing, 11 tackling, 7 technique. 9 first touch. Maybe could do a job, but I'm not really sure where we're at right now. I'm not sure this fits into what we need. Right then, the first of what will hopefully be 3 cup draws in this episode. We've got the first one, which is the quarter-final, the second one, which is the semi-final, and then hopefully if we beat Watford in the game tomorrow, we will have the FA Cup semi-final draw as well. So let's hit the view draw. The teams in it behind my head are Aston Villa, Barcelona, Liverpool and PSG, and on the side of the screen that you can see Atletico Madrid, Benfica, Milan and Real Madrid. There's a couple of teams. We've beaten Barcelona. We've proved we can do that. Atletico Madrid, I think we beat them once in the group stages. Benfica would possibly be an easier tie. Milan would be. I think we want to avoid Real Madrid, Liverpool and PSG, if I'm completely honest. But, as I always say, we've got to beat these teams if we're going to win this competition. So, Real Madrid and PSG get one another. So, that is massive for everyone else in this competition. Benfica play us, and that is probably the best tie I could have hoped for, if I'm completely honest. Barcelona play Milan, which means Liverpool play Atletico Madrid. That is the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Now let's look at the semi-finals. First at that is us, Benfica or us, and we will play Real Madrid or PSG in the semi-finals, and Barcelona or Milan will play Liverpool or Atletico Madrid. So we have a slightly easier tie in the first round in the quarterfinals against Benfica, and then we have what will be a super tough tie against Real Madrid or PSG in the semi-finals. Nice little passing out there on the near side. Ball whipped into the box, and the header is in by Sprout, who gets the goal. Sprout. I think we're going to go with it. It's 1-0 to Watford. That is a poor goal to concede. Ball in from the right-hand side from Panovic, I think it was. Yeah, he gets the ball in towards the far post. Alex is beaten by the onrushing Watford player. It's 1-0 inside 20 minutes. Free kick, Osmar puts it in, Klosh straight at Scott in the Watford goal, and that is poor on our part there. We haven't been good at all in this quarter final, and like I said, it was probably one of the times we would have liked to have got. We just haven't shown any kind of fight in this first half, which is so disappointing. Thiago Enrique is under a little bit of pressure. Prieto, Fen, Abo into Prieto. Prieto fires it, hits the post, and that should have been 2-0. And somehow Gallo's going to get onto this ball here. Really poor defending for us. In towards Fen. The shot is blocked. Abo. Back to Thiago Enrique. Back to Prieto. Can we force them back anymore? Thiago Enrique. Villalonga. Out on the right hand side. Thierry Small goes in and it goes out for a goal kick. Bellino now. Back to goal. Switches out to the left hand side. Thierry Small now. Thierry Small looking to get the ball into the box. Give it to Tunja. Back to Thierry Small. Tunja into Burvets now. Cleared away. Abo can take it down. Looking forward into Villalonga. Villalonga to Paunovic. He gives it in field to Thiago Enrique under a little bit of pressure. Can we pressure them back, win the ball back, and go for their goal? Burvets wins the ball back off him into Tunjo. Can he square it across? Got to square it across. He hits the shot, hits the woodwork, and if he hadn't been selfish, there would have been a tap in, an empty net for one of the Villa strikers, and it wasn't the case, and that could just cost us our place in the FA Cup for another season. It looks as if that is going to be the way. There is a minute and a half left as Scott looks for the defender. Ball up, headed in towards Costa now. Costa cutting in field into the box. Costa! Oh, Fabio Costa, what a chance that was. And it looks as if this episode, which started with such a high, is going to end in such a bad way as Alex wins that header. There's less than a minute left of stoppage time on the clock. And can we get this goal now to get us back into this game? It doesn't look like it's going to be the case as Watford wasting every precious second that they can. Abo back to N'Kolo. Prieto. N'Kolo. Back to Prieto. Fen, they're knocking around lovely now. Switch ball, but Thierry Small cuts that out. Less than 20 seconds. Wadsworth rolls it short to Brunig. Is he going to fire it long? No, there's a little triangle. And really not what we want. Suarez looks on for Tunjo. Flicks it straight to the Watford defender. And with 5 seconds left of stoppage time, that should be it. It is it. A goal from Watford in the 20th minute. And we are out of the FA Cup. We had an easier tie there, but Watford have done us completely there. We were slightly the better team. We just provided absolutely nothing, and we lose 1-0 and we go out of the FA Cup. Well, an episode that started with so much promise with that victory over Bayern Munich has ended horribly. 2 1-0 defeats where we just, I don't know how we just haven't found the back of the net, but we haven't. And that is so disappointed. And in the next episode, we're going to come back and we're going to play 4 games in the next episode. We're going to come back for the Arsenal game. We're going to play Benfica, Fulham, and then Benfica. Once again, double Champions League in the next episode where we go for the only competition, well, only cup competition that we can still win. West Ham have won their last game, so they are now 5 points clear. We need to win our game in hand to really do anything. Disappointing. Quarter-final of Watford in the FA Cup. Semi-final by Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. All we've got left now is the Champions League and Premier League, and we really need to start getting some form together because we are just hitting this patch at the wrong time of the season. And as I said, we'll be back after the international break for the game against Arsenal. They are 14th currently in the Premier League, having an absolute mare of a season. They have 30 points. They could possibly still get dragged into a relegation scrap, not doing well at all. So there's a chance to make 3 points in the game and hopefully make our way closer to West Ham at the top of the table. But we just need to turn around this little slide that we're starting to have. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time where we take on Arsenal, Benfica, Fulham, and Benfica once again in the second leg.